And we're live.
Are we sure we want to be live?
I know. All right, let's give it a couple of minutes. I'm not showing anybody in, but it takes a little bit.
Yeah. Well, like I said,
Probably the majority of people are tired of hearing about this, but
I'm sure they are.
I wanted to just put out my 2 cents.
I think there's just a lot going on around it.
Yes.
And we don't know. Like that's the biggest problem, I think, is that nobody knows and everybody's scared and there's no definite, and it hasn't even started yet. I mean, they're just talking about it right now. They've got the December 9th thing that people are supposed to be able to comment till. And then they have the, what is it, January 1st that they're rolling through.
The
So,
FTC is. Yeah.
yeah. And so until it actually happens, nobody knows what's going to happen.
They've been very vague.
Yep. And that scares people.
Yeah.
When people don't understand something or they don't know something or it's left in that unknown state, it causes fear.
Absolutely. Hi, Bosadie and Haig Tessa. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, I am sorry, honey. We've been seeing a lot of stuff going around in many other channels that are talking about the FTC and YouTube. Hi, Amber. Hi, Chloe. Just so you guys know, Summer cannot see the chat, so I'm just going to, relay it back to her, okay? Because she's just on her phone. Hi, Tar Apple. So, as we were talking about, there's been a lot of, talk going back and forth, and we're seeing a lot of other channels. Oh, well, so is it Hag Tessa? Hag Tessa? Is that how you pronounce it? And Hag Tessa was Silver Willow. She changed it. So it's Sonia.
Hi!
Yeah, I didn't realize that. That's pretty cool. I just want to make sure I get it right. So I did pronounce it right. Okay. Like as in like a witchy hag, like that kind of thing. So, anyways, let me get on. Hi, Angel. Um, we've been seeing a lot of channels that are really talking about this, and I really wanted to put my 2 cents in because I think we're the majority of us are just smaller channels, and I've been talking with other people off of um, off of YouTube and private chats, and we pretty much agree about not doing not doing this uh, strike. And I'm just going to put my opinion out there. Why? Because, first of all, I love this community. Okay. I don't want to see people making a wrong choice. Hedge rider. Okay. All right. Making a wrong choice that could even be worse for your situation. I think there's just sometimes we need to pick and choose our battles. And personally, I am going with just putting, which if you've seen my last video, I'm just putting everything as 18 and older, age restriction, because what they're saying is descriptions right now, it's very vague. So it leaves a lot of things up to, up in the air. We don't know if they gave us an actual set of rules that we could go by.
Yep.
That would be different. And they probably will, but at this point, it's brand new for them too. So they're probably just trying to, do the best that they can do until, um, yeah. Autumn Star said, Amber says that she changed all of her stuff to 18 and over. Personally, I feel sorry for these big channels that are having to, it's really going to affect them
Yeah.
that have been monetizing.
Yeah.
And I understand why they would want to go on strike to show YouTube exactly how, if they don't help promote them or try to figure this situation out, that it's going to affect them too.
Yeah.
Okay. But for us smaller channels, who do you think is going to be the first people that YouTube gets rid of in a strike? It's going to be us, because we're not commercially viable for them. We don't make big money for them. So we would be the first people that would be sacrificed on the side if they don't like it. And they've already said that if they don't find your channel commercially viable, because they are a business, they'll delete you. So I'm definitely not getting on that bandwagon.
I'm
Yeah.
not getting on any bandwagon.
Yeah.
I was talking to you earlier about this, and I am not a bandwagon person. Sorry, guys, I'm not. I avoid anything like that. But I've told you guys before, I'm not a conflict kind of person, and I'm not. She even talked me into coming on here, so but
I didn't want to do this, but
yeah, exactly. Like there's this whole thing. Like I've been watching other people's channels, and it makes me very sad to see some of the people delete their channels. I'm not hardly anybody, guys. I'm really not. But I wish I could tell them, wait and see. Just wait and see, because you don't know what's going to happen. And that fear of not knowing is what's causing so much
panic.
Drama, pain, fear, social anxiety. There's a whole bunch going on around this. And it's not just that. Other people are trying to make this into more than what it is, religious wise or privacy wise, or, all of that other stuff. Guess what, guys? Religion has always been there. That's always going to be there. This FTC thing did not change that. And your terms of agreement when you sign up for YouTube, or you sign up for Facebook, or you sign up for Instagram, Pinterest even, guess what you're signing up for? It's a public forum. Your stuff's going to be public. You agreed to that when you made your account. That doesn't change because the FTC has suddenly decided they're going through places. That hasn't changed. This is all still there. It's all still there. So the people who are trying to make a big deal out of it based off just those terms, that's where they're kind of just jumping on something that doesn't need to be there. They're making it more than what it is, because I don't know why. I mean, some people might like the drama, some people may not know better, or some people might really feel like this is the way that they can express themselves about that, which is fine for them. But it's also affecting people who don't know better, people who don't understand, people who are just new to a bunch of things. And guess what they've done? Deleted. They're gone. They're gone, guys, because they don't understand, and everybody's giving them all this information and they don't know how to process it. And guess what? None of us do, because we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know.
Hi, Julianne. Hi, Patsy. Hi, Lily Pad.
I can't see comments, so.
I agree. It is bringing our vibration down, because that's what fear does. Fear of the unknown. It puts you in a different vibration, So I just think the best line of defense for us, because it is shaky ground, like I just told Summer, it's like building a city on a sand dune or a sand island. Right now, we don't know what the foundations are. So I'm not going to rock the boat. I'm just going to be as safe as I possibly know to be, which is to make my stuff adult, not just for my own safety, but also for children's safety. I want to make sure that there is nothing that I would put out that would affect a child in a poor manner. So if that means that I have to put my channel to adult in order to safeguard everybody, that's what I'm going to do. I don't think going forward it's a viable business to try to make money off of it, because it is like building a city on a sand island.
Yeah, YouTube can be deleted. Facebook can be deleted. Instagram, all of that stuff is not permanent. That's the thing. It's not permanent, and it's never going to be permanent. There's always going to be new channels. There's always going to be new up and coming startups or whatever, and something new will come along, because that's how we progress. That's always.
Yeah.
Also, I'm not gonna do the whole. I don't plan on putting my whole channel on adult only. I am labeling my uh videos, I guess, as no, it's for adults, but not the 18 restriction. But that's my personal preference. That's the way I'm going to do it. But there's nothing on my channel. I don't care if it's tarot cards. I don't care if it's a spell I suddenly decide to do because I decide I'm witchy or anything like that. As long as I'm not showing nudity or violence or blood and gore, there's
Or
nothing wrong
profanity.
with a child seeing my channel. My children can watch my channel. My grandchildren will be able to watch my channel.
Mhm.
My niece and nephew can watch my channel. And if their parents have a problem with it because I'm witchy or pagan or because I do tarot, that's religious, has nothing
Right.
to do with it being 18 and older. Nothing.
Exactly. So that's what LilyPad just asked. She said, so are they shutting down pagan channels? No, because if they do that, that's like a religion. If they do that, they would have to shut down Christian
Christian,
channels.
Catholic, Jewish,
Exactly.
all of
That's a religious issue.
that. Wicca is a religion. It has been, it's, it's a religion. It's government religion. They said that that's a religion. That is real. So that would be Buddhists wouldn't be able to have anything up. All the meditation channels that are Buddhist related or anything like that, they would be gone too because they fall
Exactly.
under the pagan umbrella because pagan is an umbrella term.
So if a parent, and I've said this before, if a parent were to contact me and say, well, you've influenced my Christian child to be a pagan or a witch, I could turn around and say, well, your Christian channel is influencing my pagan child to be a Christian.
It goes both ways, and it's a
Like,
religious thing that's always going to be there. It has nothing to do with the FTC or anything like that. It's just a natural thing that's always been there, and it's always going to be there, no matter where you're at in social media.
yeah. I've already seen a couple of people that are that have closed down their channels, which is sad, or um people that are considering it, or they say if one thing gets removed, that the, you know, it's going to be touch and go for a while. That's why I say just protect yourself the best way that you can. Don't get overexcited about it. And, yeah, go through your stuff, make sure that it's appropriate. But I just wouldn't go crazy about it. I wouldn't let the fear of something dictate what you do going forward. I don't want to see everybody just end up leaving. Or I could see, if you do end up doing, and this is just my personal opinion, I know other people don't see it this way, but I do see, if you end up doing a strike, that it would be our channels first that are not as commercially viable as the big channels that are doing it. We would be the first ones to be deleted. So we're in more of a risk by doing that, as far as I could see it. So I have no intentions of doing that.
I don't plan on doing it, but like I told you, I'm not jumping on any bandwagon. I'm just going to do my stuff like I've always done, and I will label my videos accordingly. And is that viable for every single channel? Probably not. You're supposed to do what you think is best for you. I agree with that. But there's a lot of people out there that if they're watching you, you're going to affect them. And I
Yeah.
think everybody should consider how you are affecting the people around you. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do what's best for you, but what I am saying is that there are people who don't know better. And if you give them the wrong information, you're screwing them over. You're not just screwing yourself over, you're screwing somebody else over. And I believe in research. I believe in providing links. I believe in, giving them the information so they can go look it up themselves. There was a couple of channels that I saw that said, hey, go watch this YouTube. And I love that kind of stuff because you're saying, I watched this, so this is why I see it this way. This is what I know. And you're giving them the info. You're giving them the info so they can look themselves. You're not just spewing out whatever you want or you think is right and not giving the information. And I think that's really hard on people who don't know better and are only going by what you say and not by what you found, not by the research you've done on it or not by what you've watched. Some people are just spewing and some people are providing logical information and some people are just scared.
Yeah. Julianne Victoria says, FTC also acknowledges in the legal docs that many channels have a mixed or general audience, but YouTube has not given channels that option yet. Exactly. And I completely agree with that. But this has all happened so quickly. Let's give YouTube an opportunity to make that change. I don't think any of this is something that can happen overnight. That's why I say let's just kind of chill out a little bit. Let's just protect ourselves, go through our stuff the best that we can. But I mean, personally, I'm not looking to commercialize my channel. I don't need to be making money off of mine. So I would think in the most part, this really doesn't affect us. But if you're even in the links that you were talking about, Summer, where people are saying, okay, go check this out. You got to understand there's ulterior motives also for those big channels that are saying, do a strike, do this, do that. The attorney. I just think that because it affects one other big channel doesn't mean it's going to affect just in the same way. And it's sad that it is going to affect those larger channels that have, relied on this money, but it is a lot different for us as a small community of people.
And this is a part of change too. All of this is a part of change. It wasn't going to stay like this forever anyways.
Right.
You put all your eggs in one basket, and that's what a lot of people do and they do that with everything, and not just YouTube, but anything that they're doing. You put all your eggs in one basket, and then when that fails, it's a big problem.
Yeah. And, I've also seen this argument that people are saying, well, if you do put everything as adult content, that you're still not safe from the FTC. Here's the thing, that this is the way I see it. Then that's the case with any other site that you go to on the internet where they have to verify if you're using a service like a blog. If you write a blog that has adult content on it or adult themed pictures or something like that, then the person has to verify that they're an adult, right?
Yes.
So they would be going after that. They would be going after, porn sites. This is an adult. Oh, I'm not sure if it is actually. I don't think I had that option through StreamYard. It will be. But any of those kind of sites. So that's just like saying if somebody was able to hack into an account that had an encryption and you had to use a username and a password in order to get in, but somebody got into it, because even though you're using that service, you're liable for it. No, wouldn't it be the service that you're using that's liable for it? So if I put that mine is adult content only, if a child, regardless of whether or not they lie and put in false information, I have no control over who comes to my channel. I can't age verify everyone. That is YouTube's responsibility with this format. So, hi, Shauna. Hi, Lavender Moon. Let me see. So,
hi, everyone. I can't see comments, so if you've just come in, hi. We're talking about FTC stuff and a bunch of stuff that everybody's probably sick of listening to, but this is our life right now. This is a part of YouTube right now, and if you're going to put out content, this is what people are talking about, and everybody's scared, and everybody's trying, and
yeah. So I seen another live, and I wasn't going to do this, and I told Summer when I contacted her, I said, I really don't want to do this. I don't really want to get into this. However, I am afraid that more people are going to jump on the bandwagon and either close their channels down or just totally catching on to this, fear everything kind of thing. And I just think as long as you're cautious, I really don't think that we have anything to worry about. That's just my personal opinion. But I'm not taking any big moves.
if you look at it from a realistic perspective, okay, like what we know as adults, okay, realistic perspective, what we know of companies versus content creators, if you look at it in that context rather than a fearful context, you can see how logical and unlogical some moves are. For example, them actually finding, say, my channel, I have what, 30 videos up? Them
Yeah.
actually finding me for every single video on there, they're never going to see their money. Are you freaking kidding me? They're never
Right.
going to see their money. And they know that. They know that. That's why creditors don't allow you to have certain credit if you don't have the money for it. They're not going to see their money. If they fine you all of that money, they're not going to see it, and they know it. There is a realistic perspective here too that I think people should consider before they get so scared that they just delete everything. And there's another option. Private, guys, private. Make them
Yeah.
private. If you're really that worried right now and you don't want to delete your channel, make the videos that you're worried about private.
Well, I mean, that's kind of what they're saying to do with the strike. Just go through and make all of your stuff private and then do one video that's stating pretty much I'm on strike. And I don't think that's a good idea. I really,
That
really don't.
particularly, I do agree with you on that part, but there are specific videos. All of us have that one or two videos that we know that could possibly be one way or the other, but we don't really know where to put it. Put that one on
Yeah.
private. That's one
Yeah.
or two videos versus
And
your
see how
entire
it goes.
channel. Yeah, just see
Yeah.
how it goes. You can unprivate it. You can make it public again.
Right. Yeah. So have let's see what you guys say. What are you planning on doing? What have you done with your channel, or what are you thinking about doing? I hope you're not going through and deleting all your stuff and going to close your channel down. And that's what I did. Any video with a child on it, I put private. Yeah, that's what Shamanic Airwek Priestess said. They aren't going to waste their time on their their resources to go through and pick at every channel's video. That's what Denise says. That's correct.
That's using your realistic logic. Use it.
Shauna, I really wish that you would not put that on here, please, because I really don't agree with that plan. Because I think that the people that would be hurt from that plan would be us small channels. The bigger channels would be less likely because they are more commercially viable to YouTube. So they might last. But I think if YouTube were to go through and start deleting channels, it would be us who are not commercially viable, this community. And I don't want to see anything happen to this community. If I understand correctly, these are Fed laws, not something YouTube created, correct? That's correct.
Yes, the FTC, they go through and they redo their laws, every 10 years, but they had to redo it sooner because YouTube lied and got fined, and they had to adjust according to that. Like, that's why I said everything changes. You don't know what's going to happen. So I don't really know like where people should go with that, but I know what I'm not going to do.
Yeah, I'm just not going to overreact, and I'm just, I know it's a scary thing. I really, really do. But I think, as far as voices go, I think the smaller voices are going to be the first to be deleted in a situation like this. It's the bigger ones that are continuing to make money for YouTube that are going to be able to stick around longer.
Because YouTube will
They're
cater
a commercial business.
Yeah, YouTube will cater more to that than they will something like us. We're not even monetizing. Half of us aren't even planning on monetizing.
I'm listening in from work, but I won't be able to comment much. That's okay, Redwood. See, and I'm thinking, Whale Song 81, what would a strike accomplish? Like I said, or maybe I didn't say this. I think if you're a big channel that is being really affected by this and you make a lot of money, that's what they feel like that's their option is to do a strike.
And that is an option for them because they
Right.
have leverage to deal with
exactly,
YouTube.
because they make money for YouTube.
Exactly. They have that. Yeah, we do not.
Exactly. So I think if they are going to go on strike, let them do it. Let them do it. But I just think I think we just need to pick and choose our battles and know what our position in that battle is, what kind of a voice we have. So I just wanted to put that out there, you guys. I do have a live coming in a couple of hours with Ricky. But I don't think so either. I'm sorry, shamanic earwax priestess says a strike isn't smart. And having a backup plan is smart. I think
Yeah.
Julianne said that she's got Vimeo.
Yeah, there are other channels, well, other avenues of social media you can put videos on. They're just not as popular as YouTube. So that's an option for anybody who wants to leave YouTube and doesn't want the fine or something like that. And you can still tell us that you have videos over there. Leave us a comment. We'll go watch it. I'll go
Yeah.
watch it. If you got put somewhere on Vimeo or anywhere, and you come to my channel and you say, "Hey, I put a pagan YouTube video up because I didn't want to be on YouTube anymore," and you just have your general channel without any videos on it, and you come tell me that you have a video up, I'll go watch it.
Angel says you should message YouTube and tell them that you don't think it's fair. And I agree. But, and this is, I think, also part of the problem here is that, yeah, we've got the FTC that they're making their own rules. And now YouTube is also saying, okay, because of those rules, this is what we're going to do. You see what I'm saying? Or they're being really vague about. So everything's kind of up in the air right now.
It's okay to go and express yourself. It's okay to go to there's that place that you can leave a comment on or sign a petition. Go do that. You can do that. That's not going to harm you in any way, shape, or form. Go do it.
Shamanic Arawak Priestess says that we should do a group protection spell. That's really smart. I like that idea. I mean, yeah.
All right. You two can do it live and I will watch.
And Erie Covenant says, I am going to Twitch as well. Want to let everyone know I already have an account up. And see, I don't really even know too much about Twitch. What exactly is Twitch?
I don't know that much about it, so she probably knows more about it since she has an account. I've seen people do Twitch and they just upload like their live feed, I guess, and they usually do art on it. Or I think some people even do streaming for video, like gaming videos, but I'm not certain on that. I've only watched it for art, sorry. I'm an art person.
Well, Whale Song 81. So how can the US Fed law affect people in other countries? YouTube is making policies based on US Fed laws. Well, YouTube is a United States company, right? So if they're changing their laws in order, or their guidelines or whatever, their rules, so that they're safe, then it's going to affect everybody that uses their service.
How it affects other countries and stuff like that, that's for YouTube to figure out.
Right. Trying to. So Shauna says that my son watches Twitch for game walkthroughs.
Yep, I thought so. Gaming, yep.
Gaming streaming, Tar Apple says. And will people who live outside of America be fined? I don't think that they could fine you legally, but
we don't know though. We don't know. We are not lawyers. We are not a part of YouTube. We have no way of knowing
right,
that.
But that's right. But how does something federal that's the United States, how could they find somebody outside of the United States? Because I would think that it's per country. But who's to say that this is not also going to spur on something from other countries as soon as this happens?
That's true. And just because they can't fine you doesn't mean they can't delete the channel if they wanted to, because that's an option for them.
Yeah, that's what Lady Blind Wolf just said. Delete that channel for that country.
Yeah, it's a realistic option. So if you're going to think about things, think things in the realistic aspect of it.
And as far as Erie Covenant says, it's not only the gaming for Twitch.
Yeah. I've watched people do drawing on there, clay art. I've watched all sorts of stuff art related on there.
My whole thing was, I was under the impression if you put over 18 that you restrict it, that you cannot be monetized at that point, which kind of does not make sense to me, especially like Denise just says, besides there is a YouTube just for kids. So none of this makes sense. I agree with that.
But yes, we've talked about this. That
Yeah,
they should have the two. If they're going to make the YouTube for kids, then they might as well just make this other one just adults only and work it out from there. We've discussed this, and I totally agree. Yes.
exactly. That's why I see this as, this is another reason I said I don't see any point in, even if you're thinking of your future and wanting to be able to monetize in the future, I just don't think that that's, in my opinion, this is only my opinion, I don't think that's wise, because we were already seeing many channels that were getting monetized. And my son told me about this ages ago, because he watches a lot of like the gaming channels and stuff, and other like talk shows and stuff that were on, that they stopped monetizing just because they didn't agree. So this is not something that you can build on. So it's not viable, as far as making money, maybe for a short period of time, but don't put all your eggs in one basket, so to speak. So let's see what else.
So if you're just tuning in, everyone, I can't see comments. Hi. I know that people are there and I know that people are listening, but Rachelle's kind of helping me out in that department because I'm doing this from my phone. And if you are just joining in, we're talking about the FTC and we're talking about YouTube and we're talking about the fear and the change and everything that's going on with that and what we agree and do not agree with.
Yeah. And just pretty much what we're going to do. And we just don't want people to be so frightful that they're closing their channels. And I've already seen a couple do that. And I don't want to see my community go bye-bye. Let's just ride it out a little bit.
Yeah, I like watching everybody's videos. I can't get to them every single day because, life. But I go in and I try to watch at least one video from one person on my subscription every single week or every couple of days, as much as I have time for. And I love this community, honestly. And this is what I was telling Rachele, and this is how she roped me into doing this, is that when I saw one person that I really enjoyed who was going to delete their channel and stuff like that, there was nothing I could say to stop it. There was nothing I could say to make her feel better or to change it. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little wishy-washy here because it affects me this way. Not because I'm afraid, but because all of these people who don't know,
good people,
they know better, and they're just scared, and they're good people, and they provide content I really like watching. I don't care if they only have 20 subscribers.
Yep.
I'm one of your 20 subscribers, and I like watching you, or I wouldn't subscribe. And I don't want to see you just run away or just close everything down. I want to be able to interact with you. And I get that everybody's scared, and I get that the $42,000 thing per video offense or whatever is real. I know that it is real, but reality check. They can't get the money from you if they do it on 20 different videos. It's unrealistic.
Well, I mean, the government, they can do whatever they want. Let's be honest here, the IRS,
But it's not going to matter. Like it's the same thing. Like I was saying,
file bankruptcy, which you would probably have to, if it would even be if it's something that you can put into a bankruptcy.
It kind of sounds like they put that out there to make people afraid.
Yeah, absolutely. Amber says, my thought is yes, you will be fined outside of the country. Tax laws apply to other countries for activity in the US. So, okay. And Julianne says, I monetize, but maybe make 200-300 a year. So it's not income unless your channel is hundreds of thousands of views and subscribers. Exactly. So feasibly, if that's what you're worried about by, doing adult, yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about it. And it's really shaky as far as that goes going forward. So,
and that's the key thing. We don't know. That is the biggest thing here. You do not know what laws are going to actually come out of this because they have the petitions, because they have the people who can comment, and because things are so vague and everybody is really worried about that, they're going to eventually have to make rules that we can actually follow. And I'm just going to wait and see where everything settles. And I'm just going to do my stuff because that's what I'm going to do. And I'm not going to make my life miserable because of it. I'm just not
continuing to worry about it and all that.
It's not happening because I don't want to be like, I don't want to have to worry about that consistently. And if it happens that they don't like my content, they can delete me. I'll go somewhere else. I don't really care. Like I said, I'm not a conflicting or confronting kind of person. And you guys are still here. I'll come watch you with a regular person. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to go. And that's the thing. We are afraid of change. We are afraid of the unknown. And that's a lot of what's happening right here. It's unknown and it's change.
Yeah. Lady Blind Wolf says, but YouTube has been making it more and more difficult to get monetized, whether you're restricted or not, because you can make money through YouTube that YouTube can't touch. YouTube is going to be. I'm not sure if I got all of that, but yeah, I just think that going forward, it's going to be much more difficult. Hi, Pat. Good to see you.
Hi. I don't plan on monetizing, and I mean, I never did really plan on monetizing. We've talked about this before. It's not any source of income that I even considered. I literally come on YouTube so that I have other people to interact with, that because my community here in town is not that big on that kind of thing. Like, yes, I do the tarot stuff, but we don't do a lot of the stuff that I get in videos from other people, especially this community here. I mean, we don't always do exact same things. I consider myself pagan, and a lot of people consider themselves witches, Wicca, whatever. But we all interact in a really neat way, and I love that, and I don't want to lose that. And I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing just because of all of this unknown and change. I will just do what I can that's best for my channel and keep moving forward.
So Pat says, my worst concern is how can they say I can't set my videos to 18 plus if they see it's something that kids might find interesting? I've not heard that.
I haven't either.
I don't know why you wouldn't be able to. I would think that that is just a line of defense for us right now. But I mean, if you can show me something that actually says that, okay, but I've not seen that. And all the lives and videos on this subject is making YouTube money. Yeah, true.
Yep.
I'm not very worried with our channel sizes, honestly. I really think for us, the worst is being deleted. Exactly. That's what my biggest fear right now is, people speaking up too much against a large corporation where we are not a big voice. We're not shareholders. We don't have tons of subscribers. We don't make huge money because we don't have the views yet on our channels. There are other channels on here that have millions and millions of subscribers and views. We're not there yet. If they want to strike, I say, yeah, that's probably the most viable thing for them to do. But for us, we're going to be the first one sacrificed if we do that along with them. That's just the way I see it. That's my personal belief on that. They can't find us for money that we don't have, and we aren't Jake Paul with crazy videos that obviously will be hazardous to kids. That's what Amber says.
There you go. Realistic view.
And FTC is not targeting general audience. That's Lady Blind Wolf said that. Denise says it's like a rated R movie with clowns being shit down. It just won't happen. There's a parental control for that. Yeah, I heard other people mention about, well, children are going to lie and they're going to put in false information and they're going to be able to get on there. Yeah, but
that is YouTube's
at my channel, I don't have an option to age verify my own people. That is something that the service of YouTube is supposed to take care of.
Yep.
Exactly. So that would be on them and on the parent. I'm sorry. We were talking about this. You have parental controls over your daughter's phone and her stuff, right? So you can monitor what she's doing.
I monitor what she does on Facebook. It will tell me the messages she has on her messenger. It will do it for WhatsApp. It will do it for Instagram. It will do it for her actual messages on her phone calls. I can see who calls her, and I can block people on it. It's just a matter of whether it's a free app or a paid for app or whatever, but you can do something about it.
Yeah. Pat says, but YouTube doesn't have an option for general. Yeah, and we had kind of touched on that a little bit ago. They don't now, but this is all just brand new. They just got fined.
Yep,
They're
it's
just changing there. So give them some time. I mean, this is a huge format. So I'm sure that that's something, well, I mean, I can't say 100% sure, but looking at it from a business point, that would be smart for them to get that in there as well.
Yeah.
Erie Covenant says, I do rituals, black magic, and talk about demons and such, and I don't know what that means for my channel. I have many different things up, but worried about some of my content, but I am not stopping. Yeah. See, and we kind of talked about this too, you and I, that I would look at that as a religion.
Exactly.
Freedom of religion. Okay. So unless you're actually doing like harming animals or another person or putting somebody at risk for something, I can't see where they could, maybe adult content. I don't know about that, but I mean, they could say the same about somebody that's doing prayer, that's a Christian, freedom of religion, and somebody that was raised as a, witch, being offended by that. It could go both ways, right? And that's the way I see it.
That is something that has always been there. That is not just coming up because of the FTC or because of YouTube. It's always been there. That has always been something that's an underlying thing everywhere you go. That religion thing. So even if Erie Covenant, I'm sorry, I don't remember your name right now. I know. Okay, Courtney. But even if you do work, with demons or, any kind of dark magic or anything like that, that is still falls, like she said, under the religious area of things, under that pagan umbrella. And if they're going to attack that, they have to attack all of them. And that is something that's always been there. Again, it is not FTC related. It has just always been there. And anybody can attack it at any time for any reason.
Right. They would have to go and change the laws for that, though.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. So
not that they couldn't, but we're not at that point right now.
And again, like I said earlier, if you are really worried about one or two particular videos, set them to private until you figure out.
Yeah, but she has a whole channel of really cool stuff like that. So, sorry.
Yeah, but if my kid goes and watches your stuff on demons, I mean, as an open parent, I'm going to say, well, what'd you think? Other people might not, but again, religious aspect, not FTC basic aspect.
Mm-hmm. Amber says, the things I see with people getting out IRS debt from the federal government, if I get fined, there is no way they are getting me to pay it. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but at the same time, if it destroys your credit profile and everything else, obviously we don't want to get fined. That's the big thing, because the federal government can, anywho, I'm not gonna say anything more on that, but Sea Willow Herbs and Tarot says I make 0 on my channel. Yeah, me either. I don't make anything.
Yeah.
Lady Blind Wolf says they chose not to do general audience because it was too much money. See, I don't know about that.
I haven't heard anything.
Maybe now they're going forward. I don't know, but bleeding money when Amazon starts their version of this platform up. And I've not heard about that either. Amazon starting up a platform like this.
It wouldn't surprise me, though. They've gone to a lot of different areas. Like, that really wouldn't surprise me. And as we've talked about before, there are other avenues you can put videos up. And as I said before, if you come to my channel and you make a comment and you say, I put my video up there, I'm going to go watch it.
Yeah. You can't say subscribers of subs. I'm not sure, because of the Grow channels, YouTube wants to show those down. Shut those down? I'm not sure what you're saying, honey. That was Lady Blind Wolf. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to. They will never change the laws for religion. Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying to Summer earlier. I mean, you see all these different types of churches and temples and synagogues and that all over the place. Why is that? Because we have freedom of religion.
But as we've said before, people are trying to make it about religion when it isn't. This is not about religion, guys.
Right. No, I've heard of other channels saying, yeah, if you're like a small pagan channel, they're gonna come after you first. I don't know where that came from. I really don't. But please don't listen to that. They won't. Yeah. I let my son watch YouTube. This is Shauna. However, it's on the TV and in the living room where I know what he is doing. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Lady Blind Wolf says, look at your algorithms. It shows who your views are. Okay. Yeah. Angel says, I know I might watch some getting interested. Okay. Hell, I took my kid's phone. She just went to school, got on a friend's phone at school. Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Yep. It doesn't matter what you do. They will find ways to do it. But again, we can't control the
Every
age
single
on our
thing.
own channels. We can't do that. That is YouTube's responsibility.
Exactly. I could see going forward, and I would not be opposed to when you open up an adult account, having to show like a picture of your driver's license and whatever, I mean, it's not like they're not going to have your face if you're doing videos anyways. And this way we're making sure that we're protecting our children, right? But that's an entirely different,
Yeah,
that's not on us to do.
Yeah.
As an actual channel owner. We can't say, okay, I'm going to,
We don't have
allow
control.
you to do it and not you to do it. And we don't have that control.
Nope. That's YouTube's control, and or the platform you're on. No matter what platform you're on, it's their responsibility for that kind of thing, because you only have so many options. Like, even if I'm on Facebook, I've told you before, I'm an erotica author. And as an erotica author, even on Facebook, I have to label my Facebook account as adult, but I can't decide who comes to it. I can't change, like, if somebody's lied about it, I can't change that. I can't do anything about it. And if a child comes to my Facebook account and has read an erotica scene that I have posted, I mean, Facebook might delete that scene, but they also have to address the fact that they let that happen. That's not on me. That's on them.
Thank you, Amber. Have a good day, sweetheart.
Bye. And hi, anybody else who's come in. I can't see comments, so I don't know who you are, but hi.
Pat says, I'll gladly send them a copy of my driver's license as long as they allow us to remove our social and address. Well, my social security card is not on my driver's license or social security number, I don't believe.
I don't know if it's on mine or not. I'd have to get my wallet.
But I mean, I don't see that any different as using a credit card to purchase something, and you have to verify your address and your zip code with using your credit card. So I think that if they really want to be protected and we want to protect our children, then that's how we have to have a certain level of transparency. Not that that information should get out, but that has happened before too.
Exactly.
So I think that we have pretty much said all that we were going to say. Thank you, Summer, for coming on here, and thank you, everyone, for stopping by. And like I said, I just wanted to put my 2 cents out there and just let everyone know what I've done, which is just going completely 100% over 18. I do not fear that even if I had something that is Harry Potter or Hogwarts, that I just put out a hashtag and that I put over 18, it is not my responsibility to make sure that, and this is just my opinion, and I'm going to keep stating that, it's not my responsibility to make sure that, even though I don't see any problem with the kid watching that, I didn't swear or anything in it, but if they would deem that as me getting in trouble, being fined because I restricted it, because I've restricted pretty much my whole channel for 18 and over, if it says Hogwarts, I don't think that the responsibility lies on me. I think it should rely on YouTube in order to, you know.
And that is not something that we know is going to happen yet. We don't know what's going to happen yet. We don't know
Right.
how they're going to react. We don't know how they're going to do things. We just don't know. And that fear of unknown is changing how people are doing things right now. And that fear of unknown, if you let it control everything, that's where the deleted channels are coming in. And she may be putting hers, like Rachele, she's putting hers on all 18 plus. I'm not. I'm not doing that. I'm just marking all of mine. No, this isn't for children. That's all I'm doing. Because even if a child watches my stuff, there's no harm in it. And if they're going to try to find me for the 20 videos or 30 videos I have up there, they're not going to see the money. Guys, I just don't, realistically, I don't see that happening. That it's money they're not going to get from a bunch of people that are little tiny channels. They're more likely to delete my channel than they are to find me. So I'm not really worried about it. And that fear is controlling a ton of things. But I want to see your content, and I'm still going to be putting out content, and I'm just going to do the best for my channel, and Rachele's going to do the best for her channel, even if we disagree. And all of you are going to do the best for your channels, and that's all we can ask for. But just try not to let the fear get to you. Because that's a controlling thing. And even though they put the 42,000 out there, like I said before, even that is a fear tactic. And they want people to be afraid of it. And you're not doing anything wrong by putting the stuff that you have out there. You have religious freedom, and they're not going to attack you because of your religion.
Well, they can try, but
they can try.
Mean that they're going to win.
This is an FTC thing. This is not a religious thing. And the people who are making it religious are blowing it up more than it needs to be.
Yeah. All right, guys. I'm still going to put content out as 18 plus only, no matter what the content has. And see, that's where I'm at right now, Pat. That doesn't mean that I'm always going to continue doing that. I haven't changed my channel to 18 plus. I went through and I changed every video to 18 plus. But I'm just trying to protect myself the best way I can at this point. I told Summer earlier, you know, if I was one of those people and they were getting ready to burn me at the stake and they were asking me whether or not this is what I believed, I'm going to say whatever I think I can in order to save my hide. Okay. That doesn't mean that's what I actually believe. So that's just me being real. So, okay, honey, lily pad, thank you. Please don't just delete your channel. That was the whole point of doing this video.
We don't want to see everybody delete it.
Exactly.
We don't know what's going to happen.
Ride the storm for right now. Just be as cautious as you can right now. Everything is always more dramatic right in the beginning. And what you put in your head is always much more fearful than what actually is probably going to happen. Especially for us, for our community. We're a small community. Most of our channels are not like, even the bigger ones are not huge, okay, in comparison to the big channels on YouTube. And I do think they're probably more going for the gaming channels. And, you know, because I mean, I've even heard my son, who's 24, and he plays his video games with his buddies, and he gets on the mic and there's just cussing and, you know, the replay of the gory crap and stuff like that. So I can see that. But yeah, write it out. Exactly. That's pretty much how I feel about. What did you say? I noticed that they said something about child consent on my last video. Yes, because it's a little warning up above that they're just trying to let people know what's going on with YouTube and the FTC. Lilypad said that.
Yeah.
So.
Now, if you're on your phone and you need to switch your video to something, we've talked about this. I should put this out there real quick.
Yes.
Because I do everything from my phone. Rachele does it from her computer, so she knows that end. I know the phone end mostly. You need YouTube Studio in order to change it from kid friendly or no, this isn't for kids. You need YouTube Studio app on your phone to change it if you're going to do it from your phone. And it's the advanced settings in there.
Pat says, I'm still going to keep trying to get big channels to join my blackout strike. to make YouTube understand that without the creators that they have nothing. Hey, I completely understand what you're doing, Pat, and I agree. But I just think that if you do that, just understand that there is a risk that you're going to be one of the first ones, being a small channel, that they're going to just delete you.
Because bigger channels have sway and we do not.
Right. They have, yeah, they have leverage because they make money for YouTube, whereas we don't. Okay. Pat says, I have a walkthrough on my channel for both mobile and computer to change the settings.
Yay!
So everybody, please go and check out Pat's channel for that. Yeah. Yes, there's lots of gaming channels that my grands love, and then I will hear profanity and I'm like, nope. I can't stop my son. I'm just like, shut the door, please. I'm like, do you got to say F this and F that every, like 2 minutes? But whatever. I am not afraid, Rachele. We talked about this. Yes. I know you're not, sweetie. That was Brandy, Hound Dog Hollow. She says she's not afraid. But we had talked about this previously, about what we were going to do. Thank you, Julianne, for coming, honey.
Yeah, thank you, everybody.
It goes in spurts. So 1 minute, I'll see it at the bottom, and then all of a sudden a whole big line of messages come up. Pat says, I have messaged independently a few channels with over 2 million subs to join. And those are the ones that will have a voice. Absolutely.
They'll have leverage to play with that.
Yeah, they'll have room to play. We really don't. I used it, Pat. It's a great video and saved me tons of time. Yeah. Shamanic Arawak Priestess says, I'm on YouTube to promote myself. I can't afford to strike. I will just ride it out and be careful. Yeah, and that's pretty much how I feel. There's other ways of using your videos in order to promote your business and or whatever that doesn't have to be monetized. And the majority of what we're putting out, I would think, is more adult based anyways, especially if you're trying to sell a product, because let's face it, kids don't have money, right? It's the parents that have the money. So, Brandy says, this is not about witchy YouTube. This is about the gaming and gun channels and some of the cartoons. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I agree that everyone should make money for what they're doing, Angel, but I just think it's important that we just know what our voice is in this battle. Yeah, you delete, they win. Very true. Shanana says, Austin changes it as soon as he hears the bad word. He knows better. Good. All right, guys. I think we've pretty much said all that we can say, but I hope everyone has an awesome afternoon. I do have a live coming up in like an hour and a half. Summer, thank you so much for doing this with me. I appreciate it. I just felt like it was something that we should do, just because for peace of mind for people, and just let them kind of know where we're at. And please don't be deleting your stuff anymore. Don't be deleting your channels. All right. So I love you guys. Thank you. I should be looking here. I love you guys. Thank you so much for showing up. I hope everyone has an awesome day.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.